And now we are joined with a commentary for the next race for the
Yeah, good day, guys.
Hello, how's it going?
Oh wow, that's a hype seat you guys are having there right now. First chest, getting mitts on the Luigi.
Oh, first chest, power glove, awesome.
Yep. We have Mclagging and Jighart for the next race. I'm Basley doing commentary on that one with Active Ochre.
Hello.
We were talking about Twitch beta when they pulled us in unexpectedly. Jighart is heading into the Secret Garden entrance, while Mclagging is going to show us some Houlihan room.
Nice little trick here, get you some extra money. Nice to have that in case, you end up getting forced to do Zora later in the seed, or you could use it as a sequence break, and also just nice to have money for bombs, all in all.
Yeah, and that seems to be a thing we've been seeing a lot of people doing, is they run through here, go to Link's house, see if they grab 2 bombs from the bushes, and then head up and buy some bombs. It seems to be working out. It's been a good starting strategy.
Luigi's an awesome sprite. That's a very fitting sprite because he's green. He's got the green hat. You'd never know the difference. What game are we playing?
I
think Mclagging's gonna go ahead and farm some of these guards here too to check out his tree pool. It's like first 2 is just 3 hearts. Or a couple hearts, not that big of a deal.
Yeah. Oh, 20 rupee drops from the crab. That's nice.
That's really nice. I think if I had seen that early enough too, I would not be worrying about Houlihan because that's a really easy way to farm money, and it's probably a little quicker too.
Yeah.
Those 3 bombs locked away by Ganon, so I suppose if you didn't want to farm money for bombs, you could just go kill Ganon and find the boots and get bombs that way.
Definitely a reasonable strategy.
A little inefficient, but something you could utilize if you wanted to.
I can't imagine there would ever be a situation where that's necessary.
I hope not.
Jighart's finding his lamp in the forest.
One step to Ganon, that's all I see.
You're just really set on them picking up those bombs from the lumberjack cave.
I do think they're not going to do it, though.
Well, no. And then a piece of heart. Not bad at this point. Still no heart drops.
I don't think either of the runners have checked the map yet, unless I did miss it during the...
Oh, we're getting the map check now. Green pendant, Eastern Palace. I almost called it Pod. And red pendant at Desert Palace.
And Crystal 6 was Hera, too. So, all the good ones.
And Mclagging picking up his lamp. Gotta love a nice early lamp.
Ooh, mirror at the
bottom. A mirror.
And
so sorry?
Oh, Jighart skipped going into Blind's house, probably because he wants to go down here and buy bombs and save himself the trip.
Yeah. I'm interested if the seed is getting them set up to head right to... Well, actually, yeah, this should be setting them up to head right to Tower of Hera to get that first crystal.
You're absolutely right. That is certainly a lot what it looks like right now, is head up to Hera. Of course, you'd want something to kill Moldorm with, because you do need either a sword or a hammer, else you're going to have a real tough time there.
And we have seen the first order hammer drop right in Tower of Hera, so it's entirely possible. But we get the Moon Pearl from the chicken house.
That's very true. Oh, that'd be awful. Yep, now we're just a glove upgrade or a hammer away from having Darkworld access.
And then we'll really see things open up. usually that's when suddenly both runners are going in entirely different routes.
That's when it's the most fun, when it gives you, you know, the utility to explore the world early, because you really get to see the divergence and, you know, the different decisions people make. Usually only one of those decisions is right, so that's when the races get real interesting.
Oh, and there's that hammer.
Awesome. Wow. This is actually a really tough call, I think, because, again, it feels like you're pushed to go up to the top of the mountain. But, I mean, that's...
Yeah, I mean, I wonder...
The crystal. The other two were the pendants. Okay.
Yeah, I wonder at this point if maybe they will... Maybe the decision is to hold out until you have maybe some more items to let you fully explore Death Mountain when you go there.
They should have everything that they need, probably. I mean, they can check 7 Chest Cave and... because they have the hammer and the mirror.
Well, I'm thinking like a Titan's Mid and a hook shot would make for a really nice... Just a clean sweep of Death Mountain all in one go.
If you get all these items early, you're not getting those until like the hour 30 mark. This is 26. Now, who knows? We might have a nice quick seat on our hands here. It's looking real promising to start.
Although generous starts have often led to some trolley seeds.
They do make me very wary, that's for sure.
I think at this point everyone's kind of got the mentality is when they see a really generous start, they instantly think pedestal. I mean, now we're doing commentary and there's a chat where everyone's thinking pedestal. Everyone's got their fingers crossed for that at all times. But yeah, at least from a runner perspective, early items is usually uh-oh.
I did a small prayer before the race for a pedestal seed. Something good. Pedestal seeds without the book are my ultimate favorite.
Yeah. Or where the book is required and on the pedestal.
Oh. Oh, come on, I'm not that mean.
So entertaining, though.
MC's got his hammer now. Lots of choices here. Jighart, he is going to go ahead and go to do the escape chest here. Jighart doesn't have his lamp checked. I don't know if he got it or not. I'll have to...
You know what? He definitely did.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he actually got it first, and then Mclagging went and picked his up.
Perfect.
Oh, and the boots!
Good choice coming in here.
Yeah, that could really pay off right now, especially if it looks like Mclagging might be going for the Dark World check play. So won't be grabbing those boots quite yet.
Man, they got the mirror early too. This seat is fantastic. I say this now, but
yeah,
it's really nice.
At least for now, it's very generous.
You know, even if the decisions that they do end up making from this point on end up being wrong, it at least gave them the tools to be efficient with their checks, even if it is the wrong check.
We have a map check from Mclagging in the Dark World pendant Turtle Rock.
And then Pod was the other Big Bomb Fairy crystal.
Awesome.
Wow.
I was trying to talk while registering that information and it didn't work.
So what I see from this is it might take our runners a little while to find the flute and the cane. That's my bold prediction.
Okay.
Mirrors it out. He's going to go ahead and check the front chest of the sewers here. If he doesn't find a key, though,
he's going to have to go to the back.
Further. Yeah.
But he does have access to the back, so... And it's pretty quick to just save and quit over there.
Yeah. And then he's got the boots now, too, so he can check a bonk rock on the way.
Oh, that's true, isn't it? Oh.
You could technically check them both. You would just have to go to the Dark World first. Let's see what's in the chest, though.
Oh, blue mail. We got that Ice Luigi. I think he's forgotten that he doesn't have a key, but that's okay.
I'm the same way too. You know, if I leave my car or leave my keys around, I just run and face forward to the door of my house and run right into it. Oh, didn't bring my keys with me.
That does sound like something you would do.
Alright.
Yep, and he's going to go ahead and check the back there.
Yeah. And that's the next thing you do when you know, lock your keys out. You check the back door.
Yeah. And I'm sensing a high bonk count incoming. I like his very liberal use of those boots.
Hey, it's fine. No judgments here.
No, I meant that legitimately. I love it.
Mclagging did open up Thieves Town, opted not to go in with 6 hearts. Green Melanie is a little low on his hearts to begin with. Might as well go ahead and check the guaranteed item. Gets a piece of heart, does not want it though.
Nope.
He paid good money for that piece of heart.
Well, and again, like you were saying, it is fairly low health at the moment, but I think he has enough other things to check. It's a safe bet to go and check some other things out. Probably going to accidentally find many pieces of heart and heart containers elsewhere.
Ooh, it looks like a fire rod to me. Or is that the ice rod?
Oh, I wasn't able to tell either.
I couldn't see the color of it.
We got the
ice rod.
The hype cave checks bring us red mail. No progression though.
Fire Luigi.
Ice Luigi was short-lived.
Yeah, he went from Jon Snow to Daenerys really quick there.
Wow.
Sorry. Spoilers. And I think that was MC's big plan here, was to go ahead and get the free items on the way to Hype Cave. I think that was his big objective here, was to try to get over here as quickly as he could, but be efficient as well. It's crazy to think that they haven't been to the mini Moldorm Cave yet.
Yeah, really though. But the way they're doing it, great. Just
this is actually really efficient routing by them.
Yeah. Just make use of your mirror, stay in the dark world, and check everything in the area.
Alright, this will just be a blue mail for MC because it's his progressive logic. We'll have to go into escape to get his fire suit.
Oh, and we're gonna see hammers on the mini Moldorms.
Yeah.
Never fun. Oh no, he's gonna use bombs for the last two though, which is always a good way to do it.
Too.
Yeah, that went really well.
Short range on the hammer and
flippers. And we're seeing some of those health pickups. And a bottle.
Alright. It's going to be a sub 30-minute seat.
Yep. Yeah, really, they're getting everything they need for quick navigation.
Even the flippers is real nice, because if they want to go check northern Dark World, they can, hop the river and get to the other side.
Yep. And can work Waterfall Cave and Zora into that even, unless they choose to do it now just from where they are currently. But there's a lot of options with this setup.
Oh.
And
we're bigger.
We're back on the 2.
I'm so tunnel visioned. I guess Cruel had finished up his Ganon fight. You'd think I would have noticed, considering it was just, literally just shifting my eyes an inch down. But
it's hard to switch your focus from one to the other. It's very engaging, but definitely throw some GGs for Cruel in the chat. Sounds like it was a rough seed. I didn't see it, unfortunately, but
Mclagging used suicide bomber strats to get that last Moldorm Dam, and that was his last bomb too. I bet he
Yeah.
probably wishes he didn't use that mini there. Unless, of course, he wants to go do Aghanim for those 3 bombs.
Oh, and we get our first sword from the hobo.
Is he just walking on the water there for a
Yeah,
second?
you know what? I think he did. I don't know if he intentionally did a bit of a glitch, but he seemed to be using it effectively to, again, continue making use of those boots, which I'm loving. This guy just runs everywhere.
Did he... I wasn't paying attention. Did he boot up to Hobo?
I didn't see that. No, I just saw when he grabbed the sword.
I suppose he could have.
If he did, this is very interesting. I like that move a lot. And now Mclagging gonna grab his sword as we get the waterfall cave check with just capacity upgrades.
Sorry, I'm still like in shock of trying to figure out how that just happened.
How
bothered me a
that
little bit.
you're already thinking of how you're gonna go back and watch the VOD and learn how to do it.
Kinda, maybe. Oh, this game's crazy. You think you know everything, and every 3 seconds you're like, by the way, do you know you could do this? Like, what are you talking about? I don't know what world I live in anymore.
That's the beauty of speedrunning. Oh, and 300 rupees for 500 from Zora. And I think the ledge was just a heart piece.
Yeah.
So he's gonna duck out of there.
Moderately polite life lesson there. Only shorten you 200 instead of the big 5.
I didn't even notice that Mclagging's file names read out "I love lamp." I think that's what it says, which is appropriate on this seed. He's an omen. He shaped the future. And it looks like he's going to pick up some more bombs for when he gets to Aghanim's hut while Jighart's going up Death Mountain. Oh, or somewhere else entirely. Oh, has he not been over to Ice Cave yet?
Been over to Zora, right? Or no, it was Ice Cave, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he couldn't go because he used all of his bombs on the mini.
Right.
Rescuing the old man here. Can go into the place where the logic seemed to be pushing you, but
Yeah.
they took detours to get some really nice utility on the way, so it'll probably make this journey a little bit easier for him.
Mm-hmm. And definitely nice finding both not just having a sword, but also that hammer, because certainly I wouldn't be surprised if we see hammer on Moldorm. I don't see them using that fighter sword with that hammer.
Hammer's 3 hits and fighter sword, I believe, is exactly like 37 hits. I think was the number on it.
30. That seems like a lot. That seems like a high number.
Maybe I overestimated.
I think I was going to say that doesn't seem right.
Is it 8 though? I'm not sure.
I really don't know.
I try my best to avoid it at all costs.
Yeah.
Maybe it's 6. 6 makes sense.
I mean, 37 might be a more accurate guess if you factor in how many times you're going to fall. Or is that just me?
I don't think we'll be seeing much of that, though. This is the main tournament. All of these runners had to go through rounds of qualifiers to make the top 87 to get in here, so there's definitely no lack of skill with any of the runners. Everyone is very good up to this point.
Oh, and we've got Big Key in the basement.
Lovely.
We're gonna get a little bit of a coffee break for Jighart.
And Mclagging will pick up his fire suit. Jighart can take a little break here.
Yep.
Okay, so he did the back first. Now he's going to go to the front, which
Yeah.
They'll be very happy he did that, because having the boots, earlier, at least not having them super late when your opponent has them early, is really nice.
Yeah, and you can already see, I mean, it's not to say that it's a huge lead at this point. He's definitely going to be able to do some catching up, but you can see the difference in time as far as things that they've checked. Because they've been checking a lot of the same spots so far, but Jighart with those boots has just been speeding through it. So Mclagging's going to be happy to find these, for sure.
MC did check Village of Outcast, whereas Jighart hasn't been there yet. The only thing he was gifted from that is an Ice Rod, which honestly, when Turtle Rock's a pendant, you're like, I don't want to see that.
Yeah. We have the Luigi memes popping up in the chat.
Clearly Mario. There's one item in here, just being $20. Ooh, just a little early on the bomb jump there.
I was actually just about to say, I wonder if Jighart has this set up, because I've never done it with this sprite, and so I was just looking, thinking, is that how you set that up for Luigi? I don't know. That's the tricky thing with some of the alternate sprites.
I think he had the setup right, he just dashed a pinch too early. I think that's what happened there. You read it too, I know you did.
Yeah. Luigi's life story.
Yep. MC checking the bonk rocks here. I don't know if Jighart did check those or not.
No, he only came over here for the back of escape. Just a piece of heart, though.
Well, he would have also had to come up here to go to the top of the mountain. So if he didn't check it, that means he walked right past it. But he might have went in there real quick when I wasn't looking.
Oh, Jighart's going for the vanilla. The intended vanilla method of getting to the big chest in Tower of Hera.
That's fine.
Love it.
You lose just a little bit of time, but not as much time as falling down 2 floors trying to save that time, so...
Yeah.
Ooh, he's having a little bit of rough luck here, though. He got trounced by the bumper. It's a very particular pixel.
I like the thought process, though, of even just... I mean, it's a minor time-saving factor, but thinking, okay, switch to my hammer while I'm falling and smash open this pot. It's just just tiny things to make up for things like falling.
He's gonna need that hammer anyways, also, to take on Trolldorm here.
Oh, gets bonked off.
It's the worst when he's so hyper-aggressive like that. Doesn't even give you a chance to get position. Round 2 here, though. That'd be one of the 3 smashes you need.
Yep.
Good one there. Yeah, that looks good there. Alright, Moldorm down. This should be an item, too.
I believe so, yeah. Just a blue rupee. But we got the crystal.
Exactly 1/4 from Hera and money here, 25 cents.
And Mclagging is going to be following up with his Tower of Hera clear, and I'm going to assume East Death Mountain from Jighart.
Yeah. It's a good thing they didn't listen to us and go to Hera super early, because there was really not much there.
Nope.
Instead, they both decided to go pick up their boots.
And just a capacity upgrade on the island. And boots are certainly nice to have for this.
Yes, I was just thinking that too. We'd be doing bootless Spiral Cave.
And Mclagging's getting his coffee break.
3 bombs. heading into the Paradox Cave. How nice would it be to find Mitts and Hookshot just right in here?
That would be very nice. We were very well set up. Did we see... Mclagging was checking Village of Outcasts, but I don't think he went into Thieves Town at all, did he?
No, he didn't. He opened it, but he
definitely would have noted that. Yeah. So we could also be waiting for progression from there.
Mclagging had to go get the full magic. He had just enough magic to light 3 torches. But there's a full magic scanner right there, and he knew that, so no big deal at all. Nice
oh, did you just see? Yeah, Jighart getting all 3 mold orbs with that bomb. That was amazing.
Ooh, there's the
Almost.
Could be valuable for dipping into Ice Palace, especially if they decide to tuck the fire rod away in there.
Something that unfortunately can happen, and does happen.
I imagine Jighart, he might be checking the Bonk Rock here. Yep. And then do Village of Outcast behind Mclagging progression.
But then maybe having checked so many other things might opt for Thieves Town.
Yes. No, I think Thieves Town, it's very probable he'll go into there.
And we have seen quite a few situations where double dipping skull is necessary, so maybe that would also be a check soon. Just checking that first half.
Yeah, it's been mentioned previously in the tournament that Skull Woods has a very high percentage chance to have an Atom. There's no logic why they're there, but I mean, it does seem like a reasonable gamble to make in this current logic.
Yeah, well, especially it's a fairly low requirements to enter that dungeon, and that is what he's going to do.
He's going there immediately.
Because of the low requirements to enter that dungeon, it's just become a common thing to have things tucked away. Yeah, it's not. Especially once you are, say you don't find the fire rod there, but you need to come back for the crystal, you can route that into a lot of different things efficiently. But if you've already checked all the items, you don't have to prioritize it. So it's kind of a nice, you can quickly head back there, clear it up, especially with your boots. Not having to walk through everything.
Mclagging finishes up his Moldorm. He had a very safe strategy. He was not going to get bonked off. He had his sword drawn at all moments, just waiting. So I imagine his next move will be to head east and check the Paradox Cave and Spiral Cave also.
Oh, Jighart gets that bomb jump this time. And is rewarded with a burrito.
I thought that Luigi liked Italian. Can you say it's the cannoli?
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's a cannoli. That's what it is. That works
yes, that is a bit, yeah. So he was rewarded with a cannoli.
Anytime you see a map, you have to say cannoli.
I will do my best to remember that.
Nice having the boomerang here so you can stun the Gibdos. They're really annoying.
Yeah.
They body you, you got hands trying to grab you. This room is the worst. I can't stand it.
And when all you got is fighter sword, you don't want to be trying to hammer them, although... Oh, we have a Brian.
Ooh. I don't know how I feel about that.
Looks like that's going to be it for Skull Woods.
Yeah, so that was big key, small key, cannoli, Brian. I don't know what the other chest would have been. I must have missed that one. I think it was only one item we saw so far.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't see the first chest. No, I think I think it was. I think he might have just gotten keys.
I thought I looked at his key count real quick before he left. I would have been able to figure it out, but I didn't. Yeah. I was watching Mclagging. He finished up his. Dead mount.
Did you see Jighart just do a little?
Well, that is actually I don't know if that one is a pull or not, but I mean that's his brother.
I was gonna say I don't think he was trying to pull it. I think he was just paying homage to the picture of his brother on the wall.
That's what he did. That's really funny.
I love it. I love it.
Smart to remember to turn in the bottle here.
Yeah.
That's really funny. $20.
And then he can wrap up his Village of Outcast checks and probably head into Thieves Town, as we've been saying.
We might actually have a synced Thieves Town really quick here. This is going to be... I imagine he'll probably go do Thieves Town before he heads up to Skull Woods, because he doesn't have anything else south to do, so he can just clean up. Well, you know what?
He's going in. He's going there too. Well, let's see if we finally get our progression here.
Big key in the first chest. Guaranteed to be in the first 4 chests. One item just being a piece of hat. Of course, since it is Luigi, I guess the Pizza Heart meme makes even more sense.
It does. It does. Small key? I don't know. Is there always a small key in the front, or is it just super common?
No,
I feel like it always happens, but
it's not always guaranteed.
Okay.
I've seen 3 items in a big key. If you don't get the small key in the front, you usually get it in Blind's chest. Because, well, there's only 2 other spots it could be at that point.
Yeah. And then he just got the compass, so we're still looking for 3 items?
Yes. 4 items if you include the cannoli as an item.
Oh, well. You know what I meant. Three items that could be our progression.
Looks like he's got those Gyptos in a good spot there. Taking on this terrible hallway. Or hellway, as they refer to it.
The hellway. I only just learned that the other day. Never heard that term before, but it makes perfect sense.
Oh, man. You even pay attention? Come on, everyone knew. No, I didn't know about that for a while also. Mclagging gets his Brian. Ooh, half magic in the bomb chest.
Not bad. Not a bad thing to find.
It's kind of... It's really telling the story. The last 2 items they found has been Brian and half magic.
Yeah, I was going to say. It's telling a story of please go suffer a bit. The seed wants you to be in pain.
Okay. So Mclagging is opting to go ahead and check out Northern Dark World before he goes into Thieves Town.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a bad move. You can do everything over here, so... Use the mirror to get up this ledge, and you can also use the mirror to get around the Titan Mitts rocks in that grave. It's not a sequence break. You could actually have the Titan's Mitts in that grave.
It's definitely an important thing to know. It's quite easy to forget, as I have before. Oh, but we have Titan's Mitts in Blind's chest.
I don't think they're going to be in that grave. I'm just going to go ahead and call that.
No.
But we knew they were coming. That's why we were talking about them. Oh,
and the red cane. Oh my god.
Wow.
Can you do the voice? I can't do the voice.
Hey, that's a red cane. How did I do it?
Flawless. Flawless. Hey! Look, a red cane, guys.
I knew that was real popular before the, so I practiced a little bit before the stream.
You did amazingly. The practice paid off.
Thank you.
We're gonna see a blind fight going well so far. He does have a lot of safety backups if things start going south, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case.
No,
Jighart is crushing it.
Took his one hit there, but outside of that was a flawless fight there. And he's rewarded with, what was that? I didn't see it.
Oh, I didn't either.
See it. I did. I just wanted you to say it. He was rewarded with a cannoli.
Oh, of course it was a cannoli.
That was a ton of progression in Thieves Town. However, Mclagging is checking the really unusual location being catfished. It's such a pain to get over here, especially when it's a low percentage play. But man, when there's something good here and you get it, it really pays off in a race.
Oh, I like Jighart is just deciding to go and grab this heart container.
Why not?
I mean, it makes sense. They haven't been finding a lot of health drops, and he's here anyway because I'm guessing he's gonna grab the blacksmith. So it's a nice quick heart.
Mclagging might not have. He didn't do Zora. This is actually fantastic routing.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping one of them would go ahead and do that because they had all of the utility to knock out Catfish, Zora, Waterfall in one go, opposed to having to make separate trips.
Yeah.
It's very rare you get all those items early enough to do that.
And it's such a great move because Catfish is it's just like one thing out of the way if you have nothing else to do there. So doing it all at once is just such a great routing choice. When you have the ability to do it, which unfortunately isn't often.
Even though, he didn't go to Thieves Town, which we know just because we get to see both sides, there's a lot of progression there.
Yeah.
That was actually a really efficient routing move, and if Jighart does go back and check Catfish, all of his transit time in doing that is going to be, a time loss relative to the run. So
yeah. And it seems like Mclagging is heading back now to do Thieves Town. And so he's going to grab that progression too. I think it's one of those situations where people might think, looking at what's going on, that Jighart is ahead, but it's a fairly minor difference and can change at any moment. All we need is a trolley item spot that Mclagging finds that Jighart doesn't, and things can shift.
Jighart turned in the Smith. He did skip the purple chest. I'm pretty sure his reasonings doing that is because if you have the purple chest with you, you can't do the digging game.
Yeah.
So he had the option of doing either purple chest or digging game. So he took digging game and left the purple chest.
You also can't be running around, and so I don't mind with the boots deciding to not get the purple chest yet. But we have the ice rod.
And I could actually see what color it was this time now that our screen got a little bit bigger. So I'll confirm it's the ice rod this time. When Chad told me it was the ice rod, I didn't believe him.
You did, yeah, you didn't believe.
No, I gotta see for myself. Flagging turning in his bottle, and I'd be hard-pressed not to see him pop into Thieves right now, which he does. Interesting. So what's the next big move to make here? In your opinion, Bosley?
Oh boy. Maybe try to check out Pod. We're still looking for a bow. You could even start checking Swamp. No, wait, they don't. Oh, yeah, no, they have flippers. Of course they have flippers, because Jighart did that wild water walking thing earlier. As opposed to having to fake flipper.
Swamp is real ugly. They could fully clear Ice Palace, and it's within the logic as well.
Oh,
but
that's true.
it is really obnoxious without the hook shot.
Yeah.
They do have half magic.
But it could also be there.
Brian. That's true. I mean...
And really, I keep forgetting about that Titan's Mitt drop, but if it gives you... You've got Titan's Mitts, you've got flippers, you've got bombos, I mean, that's enough to be telling you, hey, maybe check out Ice Palace. But it does seem like he's going up to pod.
Yeah, I don't think he's actually checked the 3 chests at Sashrala either, so he's got that going for him. And I mean, then you have at least 2 items you can find in Eastern if you want. And then pod is, you know, if it's not bow locked, you can do quite a bit. But
yeah,
you see that mirror placement he just did? Right in the door.
Yep.
Oh, man.
It's a really easy spot to get to, actually.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow. Sorry, I didn't know.
Oh no, I didn't. I'm not judging you. I'm just saying, you know, like if you want to go, if you pay attention, you'll get it down. I promise. It's like the best. I did it by accident, and now I just like do it perfectly every time.
Okay, I'll have to take note of that. Well, this will be a really good move if the bow is in here, but
yeah,
if he doesn't find anything that, you know, is not progressively locking the bow, then kind of waste your time a little bit. But
yeah,
you still have so many items you could check. Like, this is by no means a bad play, especially when he had, you know, the 3 chests hanging out at Sashrala as well. There was a lot of value being on this side of the area.
Yeah, and on top of that, I don't think... Was he in Eastern yet either?
No.
I mean, so there's definitely a lot over here to check out, and, you know, hopefully it is a situation of some sort of progression being here that isn't blocked by the bow.
Mclagging getting his mitts. I will say one of the biggest things Jighart would have to worry about here is if he does opt to go into Eastern 2 and do everything up to Armos Knights, you better hope that Armos Knights doesn't have progression, because that really puts itself on like one of the tail ends of places you want to go back to.
Yeah.
You go into a dungeon just to clear a boss, just to get one item. I'll be very interesting to see where Mclagging goes after he finishes up his blind fight.
Yeah, because now that you've mentioned that Ice Palace play, I like that one a lot. But it'll be interesting to see if he goes there or if he ends up following a similar thing to what Jighart's been doing.
There's still 3 items up in Death Mountain they could go get if they wanted to also, and then you also get the information of what Medallion Turtle Rock is, though. It is a pendant, so it's information I wouldn't really want to know. But then also the half magic and Brian kind of pushing you to Spike Cave also.
Yeah.
Definitely a lot of different plays you could be making right now. And Mclagging went ahead and got his item from Black.
So wait, is it a cannoli for both of them?
Yes,
because one of them,
for both of them. One's Luigi and one's Mario. Can't you not tell?
I don't know about that, but
Mario now. Jighart got silvers in pot, by the way.
Oh yes, nice, but still no bow, which is a little bit of a tease there.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can't, you know, use the silvers as like a javelin. Whenever you don't have the bow, they just kind of hang out in your inventory.
I mean, they are supposed to be very powerful. You think you could?
Mclagging is going to do his hammer pegs and escort the frog. I will be very curious if he opts to do purple chest, because he's already had the luxury of doing South.
Yeah.
Dark World.
Yeah, that seems a bit out of the way for one thing when there's a lot more to check.
Oh, the big key is bow locked.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the worst. He does go into Eastern.
Mm-hmm.
Getting not a bad place. His chest per minute right now is really high, and in theory, that's kind of what you want. But
He's
also, what you
checking
really
so
want is
much.
the right chest.
Yeah, you want to check the chest that has the bow in it, the flute in it. But it really is great getting all of this done at once very quickly. Oh, and Mclagging is going for dropping off the purple chest.
Yeah, he could use the save and quit option just to spawn him over at Link's house. No point in walking down there because he'd already done all of the stuff on the way.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the book yet, so no point in being in the Dark World to check the tablet either.
And, you know, this didn't even occur to me because we're so far into it. We didn't have a check of Agona's cave yet, although he's not.
No, he didn't. I was just thinking that also.
Nobody's been there. I wonder, and that's a location with no item requirements blocking it.
Yeah, it'd be really interesting to see something like the flute there. Ooh, there's a shovel in.
The shovel in Eastern.
And he's done with Eastern. He didn't want to go check the other chest. Unless
Did he
that was all 3 items.
I was going to say, did he already get 3 items?
I wish I knew.
He's going to go check the dig spot. He did get all 3.
Fantastic. That's a really nice Eastern check then. That was 3 chests and 3 items.
Yeah. I feel like this has continued to be a fairly generous seed, which continues to make me nervous. Am I nervous? I'm getting excited.
That flute is still at large. They've got a cane and a medallion and a way to get into Turtle Rock. Just saying.
I know, that's not what you want to see. You even have the ice rod. One more rod and you've got everything to complete Turtle Rock.
Presumptuously, we don't know what medallion is locking Turtle Rock, but if it's Bombos, they could go right in there. He's going into the Dark World here?
I think he might be going down to check Swamp. Or at least as much of Swamp as he can complete.
Mclagging is following the same route that Jighart did.
Yep.
Swamp Palace. This is a very bold move, I think.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see if the progression is there. And if it leads to something that's also blocking the hook shot, then a required double dip into Swamp Palace would just be that's a big bet to be taking. But would be amazing to see.
I mean, I think there's a really good chance that there's going to be some progression in Swamp. They still are lacking quite a few items, granted how many they got early, and it's just the really dungeon-specific ones.
Yeah.
Which are the ones that troll you the most. But if it's not locking the hook shot, then this can be a little bit of a time sink. But it really just depends on where it leads you, so you never know. And Ice Palace is just such a trudge of a dungeon. It's no surprise that anybody wants to kind of put it off till last.
Yeah.
It's a really quick go mode also, so it's nice to have all the items for it also. Wishful thinking, though.
Very wishful thinking. But even finding, a fire rod here would be nice. So I can understand doing this play.
Go ahead and drain the water, hopefully, or fill the water. Drain it from somewhere else.
You drain later.
Well, that water's gotta come.
I mean, we probably shouldn't start a discussion of the
No,
the structural integrity of any of the caves or dungeons of this game, because they don't
I could go on for days about that.
They don't architecturally make a lot of sense. But it's fine, we don't talk about that.
Compass in that chest, so thing he's got left are the 2 chests over here, unless one of them happens to be the big key.
Yeah.
And without the hook shot, you kind of have to make a lot of special trips to go back and forth to get them. But if the hook shot is here, this play is huge.
That would be really big.
You'd be feeling really good if you found a hook shot in an early swamp. Of course, on hindsight, if you don't find anything at all, you feel really bad for going in there.
Yeah.
Alright, Mclagging will be picking up his silvers in the next chest. Called it.
Still no. Wow! You're psychic.
I'm pretty good.
And still no bow for it, though. I wonder if that's going to be the elusive item, because I've definitely seen that a lot. Not that I'm saying there will be an elusive item, that I shouldn't, I shouldn't place that curse upon the runners. But, you know.
Yeah, again, they're in that weird spot. I mean, they need the bow, which is only useful for finishing pod. They need the fire rod right now, which is only useful for finishing Skull Woods.
Yeah.
Hookshot for only finishing Swamp Palace, and Flute, which is only specifically for Mire. It's tough to pinpoint where these items might be based on the logic, just because nothing really gates them outside of their dungeons themselves. Which, you know, it explains your, you know, superstition of being a little wary of seeds that are seemingly free.
Yeah. Well, and it's tough too, because when you get all of those world progression items, all those things that let you travel all over the place, now it's like, okay, I have to search. I can now search the entire overworld, but I have to do it for, you know, 4 items that each only give me access to one other thing.
Yes. Oh,
and the cannoli.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
Got the cannoli.
And Swap turned out to be a big boss. It was nothing of value there, except for a cannoli.
I like that you specifically want me to say it. Like, you could say it, but no, you're like, hey.
I just want to make sure you're following along. I don't want my co-commentator falling asleep on me.
Pay attention to me, Basley.
Jighart is...
Where is he headed now? I'm interested. I'm very interested in where this is going. North Dark World?
Yeah, I think North Dark World's a pretty safe bet. He might take it all the way to Catfish, and might even... I think he did check Pyramid.
And Mclagging also just got his 3 items from Easter and sees that shovel and is ducking out. Probably going to go check that dig spot.
Yeah. And then I'd be very curious again where he goes after that, because I think they've been following the same route so far, but
yeah,
once he digs this shovel up, that's kind of his crossroads of, all right, I got a few options available, where am I going to go? I'm
getting the feeling that they need to go to ice with this current equipment. I don't know, that's, since you've said that, that's been on my mind, and I feel like that's what's happening. So I'm throwing out a prediction. I'm thinking whoever goes there first is the one who's going to get a nice payoff.
Ice is quote-unquote the safest bet. I mean, you might be missing out on a go mode in that dungeon later, but it's still a dungeon you have to finish, and you have all the tools you need to do it.
Yeah.
I'm still hinging on Spike Cave. It's
oh, that's true. Yeah, the blue cane half magic.
Ooh, just misses the bomb there.
Oh, and it looks like Mclagging is heading that way. Oh, I'm excited for this. I'm excited to see if ice is the play.
I mean, almost at this point, you gotta find something in ice, right?
Yep.
Unless you're really looking at one item that blocks everything else.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, it's not impossible that there's just one item in Spike Cave blocking everything.
Or you just needed to go to Agana's cave to get the flute, and then...
Oh, yeah, right, because they still haven't been there. That would literally be the worst.
I mean, it's fortunate for both runners if that was the case, because no one's been there yet, but...
True.
Not having that knowledge available, oh, that's just a pit in your stomach right there.
Yeah.
I think Jighart's going to be making the play on ice shortly behind Mclagging here, because he's stocking up on potions just to make sure he's safe.
And there's the fire rod in the first chest! In the first chest in ice. Oh, sorry.
Trinix has got the flute, what do you think?
Oh, man. Oh, I don't know. But... on the plus side, I'm sure Mclagging is happy to see, and Jighart will be happy to see Fire Rod when they're in Ice Palace with Fighter Sword.
Yeah.
You definitely... a Fire Rod is a nice thing to pick up, especially when you already have half magic set up.
Yes, definitely. Saves them from having to, spin strats or hammer strats cold stare, because
neither of which are
finish
fun.
The dungeon while they're here.
Mm-hmm. I don't recall if they found every item in Skull, so I don't know if there's still an item waiting for them there. That could also be
the
progression we've been waiting for.
I think there was one left.
And Mclagging is going to set up for the bomb jump. Now, for those of you who don't know, if you have the fighter sword, using the sword to set up the bomb jump's a little bit different than with the other swords. I believe with the other swords, you're looking for your sword to be a pixel below the shadow of the bomb. I might be saying this wrong. I can see it in my mind, but with fighter sword, you want 2 pixels between the sword and the bomb.
Just use shadows for all your lineups, and then play with a sprite that has shadows.
Yeah, I need to learn the non-sword setups because I keep playing swordless, and then, realizing, wait, I can't do the bomb jump anymore.
So Luigi picked up his fire flower there. He can shoot fireballs now. See what I did there?
I did.
Okay. Well.
And it looks like... oh no, Mclagging is going to go the other way around. I was like, is he heading right to the bottom? He's going to head around.
Nice catch on your bomb there.
Yeah. Wow.
I don't want this. Take it back. Trying to recall if he had checked the, I guess, chest-loaded side of Ice Palace. If he did, I must have missed him going over there.
Oh, Mclagging? No. No. I think he is going to be working that into this.
He's just going to go this way. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, it's interesting. There's a lot of ways to route this dungeon depending on, what equipment you do or don't have, and even what keys you do or don't find on your way down. It can change. I think I've now seen maybe like 2 or like 3 different ways people have routed this dungeon based on different situations. I actually really like using the drop room above this one if I have no keys, but you would need the hookshot in that situation.
Hopefully he knows this bomb jump here, because he doesn't have the hook shot to sneak past the blocks.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he fell, but it looked like he was getting set up for it, but ended up falling down. Oh, and we're gonna see Jighart bomb jump the other way. That's cool.
Yep, that's a good bomb jump right there, too. It makes me want... I guess Mclagging didn't feel comfortable with that. But yeah, all those other items over there seemingly are they're not necessarily locked by the hook shot if Cold Stare has a key.
Yeah.
I'm
I
not
think
sure
yeah.
yet, though.
I think the situation is logically they're blocked by the hook shot if Cold Stare has been given a small key.
It still might be blocked by the hook shot because they don't have a key anyway. Unless this dungeon's weird.
Yeah. Well, I just mean in terms of the logic itself. I think because the bomb jump also defies logic more often than not.
The bomb jump saves you a key, though.
Yeah.
A key that you wouldn't have had otherwise. So these items actually over here might be hookshot locked. I didn't pay enough attention whether he got that one key from the pot and what that would have let him.
Yeah.
It's making me think that it is.
And just a small key on Cold Stare.
Just a cannoli on Jighart's side.
The cannoli.
Okay, so I guess the this weird chest over here across the spikes is going to have an item, and the big key chest will have an item. Just
or the
big key
compass.
chest will have an item. Must have missed the other one. We've not had a pedestal check yet because no one has the
book.
capacity to read.
Yeah.
These, Mario and Luigi are dumb plumbers. They can't read unless it's in Italian.
And it'll be interesting to see if the big chest does have something, because I don't think Mclagging got it while he was there. I think because he fell and then went to Cold Stare. Unless I didn't see him run back around and grab it.
He definitely didn't get the big key chest. I don't even think he actually went and grabbed those other chests in there.
No.
It leads me to believe that as far as he's concerned, he's dragging 2 items in Ice Palace.
Yeah.
And just opted, whatever, I got a fire rod, let me dip out, so...
So I'll be interested to see what does drop, and if, it's a bit of a gamble that Mclagging is taking, just heading on to the next thing, but it could actually pay off if there's nothing here in Ice Palace.
Or it could really hurt him.
Yeah.
Just a bottle.
Just some blue goo.
Sure, would have liked to have it, but at the same
Yeah.
time, it's not going to be ending his run.
Mm-hmm.
Going to Skullwoods immediately? I think that's a pretty sensible play.
Yeah. Still looking for an item. Need to grab the crystal. Looking for an item in this dungeon. They're looking for like 3 more items, but you know what I mean. Or at least we think there's still an item in this dungeon. The fact that he came here leads me to believe that yes, there is.
Well, he did need the crystal, but
Yeah.
I suppose you could have waited until you had something more than a plastic sword, even though half magic.
Half magic and a fire rod.
10 hearts. Jighart doing his Cold Stare dance.
Mm-hmm.
Landed all of his fire rod shots so far, except for that one, right when I said something.
Right when you said it.
But he had more than enough magic to take care of him. And then we have a Mozzula fight in the other end. Non-stop action here.
Non-stop action here on Speed Gaming 2.
Did he get a full magic drop before coming in here? Must have been really nice. Either that or he used a potion. I think he got a full magic. Wow.
He was being pretty what's the word I'm looking for? Economical with his frugal with his magic use, though. I noticed that. And I think one of the Gibdos in the torch room dropped just a small magic, but he then used the lamp instead of the fire rod on most of the torches. So he was thinking about how he was going to save up magic for that fight.
It was smart, so he didn't have to worry about using fighter sword or hammer strats. He's going back in for the last chest, so I guess we were dragging 1 item. Unless all of us miscounted, which it could be possible.
Someone in chat would have corrected us by now.
I don't pay attention to them. I'm only joking.
Shots fired. Oh, and a red shield.
Ooh.
So, are we looking at Turtle Rock as the next play? I mean, Jighart has checked a lot of stuff that Mclagging hasn't. Quite a few dungeons that Mclagging has gone into, so he might think of some. Oh no, it looks like he's going for the Turtle Rock play.
I think the only difference between them right now is Jighart has been in Swamp and Mclagging hasn't.
Did we also see Mclagging go into Pod? I think only Jighart went into Pod as well.
No, Mclagging went in the Pod.
Oh, okay.
Because because
of the silvers. He has the silvers, yeah.
They really weren't that far. It looks like Jighart had a little bit of an advantage, but that was only because Mclagging had done some overworld things that Jighart hadn't done, and then they basically just followed in each other's footsteps, and then once Jighart had to go back and do those, and then also Swamp, that's the difference we're seeing right now, but there hasn't been too many plays and, bad plays in execution or anything like that that have really separated them.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
It's just a sword upgrade in Spike Cave.
And it's one of those things that we were talking about earlier when you have a seed that starts off really, really open. You kind of see two different routes, and because we're watching both of them, we know who gets, which progression items, but they were both legitimate routes. they both made sense. Yeah. It's just that we have the knowledge of what stuff ended up being, so, it's easy to judge from this side, but...
And again, outside of the Swamp House play, they were honestly very minorly different.
Yeah.
And Mclagging made up a little bit of time, too. How he routed Zora and all of that as well. Jighart takes down his Mothula.
For those asking, Lumberjack just had 3 bombs.
How'd you remember that? Was it because I talked about it for way too long?
Yes. I wouldn't say too long. Long enough for me to remember.
I think Jighart's also ran out of options. I'd be very surprised after he checks out his last item here if he doesn't head straight over to Dark Death Mountain also.
Yeah. And I guess we haven't seen... Oh, they need Quake to get into Turtle Rock.
I'd be fine with that. Just don't give me Quake in one of these 3 chests and everything in life is good. I imagine a hook shot or a bow is around the corner though here.
Yeah, we have to be getting one soon at this point. I don't know what else there is to even check.
A hook.
Oh, that's true, yeah. No, it's Quake! Oh no! And if the hookshot is somehow locked behind Turtle Rock, that's like the ultimate. In fact, he's not gonna go try for those other 2 chests that are on the way up to Thunder. He's just gonna go. He's gonna assume that's what's happening and go right for it. A small part of me almost hopes that they do find, because Quake needed to get into Turtle Rock, and if the only way to access that was actually to bonk to that chest, that's beautiful. Trolly, but beautiful.
It's a pretty strong play. I wish he would have checked the 2 chests in Super Bunny, but I think at this point in the game, unless like those 2 chests end up being like 2 major key items,
yeah,
he is going back.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I guess he decided to open it, and then that way when he gets back, he just walks in, if he has to even come back. He might find something else and, route around that instead.
When you're still missing stuff, though, I'd be hard-pressed not to go into T-Rock also, so definitely not a bad play at this point in the game. There's only so many things left, and...
300
when that's all you get, that's where you're going.
And a heart container.
I think T-Rock's the only thing left on the table right now.
Yeah. I don't think anyone is going to soon forget the race where you had to bonk to the bonk chest in Hookshot Cave to get Quake to go into Pendant T-Rock.
That's rough.
That's amazing. Unfortunate for... I mean, you know what? Our runners are handling it fine, so I'm not even going to say it's unfortunate for our runners. It's just beautiful. It's what it is.
unfortunately enough, I mean, it's what's bottlenecked both of them so far. There's
the flute!
Ooh. See, this is where it gets dicey. Do you dip or do you keep going?
It looks like Mclagging is dipping. And, you know, he's been...
Alright.
I think I've been very intrigued by the way he's been playing, because he's definitely, again, like, skipping those chests in ice. Like, he's been doing a lot of things that are gambles. We just happen to know that, you know, they're paying off.
We don't know if this one paid off yet.
True, we don't know if this one paid off. The Ice Palace one did, though, so I'm interested to see if these gambles continue to pay off for him. It's pretty cool.
Jighart not forgetting about the bonk as well, so he'll get his Quake. And be like, why? Give me something else.
No.
And gets his heart. He's got full health now.
Yep. Chat theorizing about the potential for it still to be a pedestal seed. Yes, there is still the potential.
I'm not sure why he hopped down to access these chests from this direction. It's so much faster going the other way, but... maybe he's just not too familiar with going the back way?
And it's Bombos to get into Mire, which they have.
Okay, so they can complete Mire.
Yeah.
I'll be curious to see how many chests Jighart opens in Turtle Rock here. I mean...
yeah, oh, sorry.
I was just saying, in Mclagging's defense, he didn't have to get too committed to Turtle Rock, and I mean, outside of transit time, you're not going to be backtracking through that dungeon at all, because for the most part, you kind of have to go back anyways.
Yeah.
But
it will be interesting to see if Jighart goes deeper into it and picks up something else that we're missing, such as the bow. But you know what? I wasn't even thinking about this, but that flute is also Desert Palace access.
yes.
That flute was blocking both of these dungeons.
You get even more in the meta too. You know, you could be like, "Wow!" You could at least check the other chest up to Chain Chomp and whatever. But
yeah,
those are almost all but guaranteed to be keys, if I recall, up to this point, since you already got an item. You'd have to at least get 2 keys out of 3 chests. Or maybe it's just 1. Either or. He's gonna check a little bit more though.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have a hook shot, so
so he danced around. I was like, why is he dancing around the thing? Yeah. No hook shot, so you got to go the long way.
The snooze route.
He's doing a little dance on his Samaria platform there.
We'll see how this pays it off, though. I'll be real interested. I mean, if the bow is like somewhere locked in Laser Bridge, that's huge. That is completely turning this race around.
That would be big, yeah.
And a bug net. Okay.
A bug net.
He's gonna quit after that.
Yeah.
Okay. So
you know, I still think checking Chain Chomps wouldn't have been a bad check, but you know, as we were just saying, two dungeons now accessible, and Mclagging picks up Tempered Sword.
2 dungeons also with 7 items too, which makes a little bit more sense over, I guess at that point, there would be only 5 left in the Turtle Rock area you could find. The math checks out, but the backtrack always hurts.
Yeah.
But if you don't have to do it, you know, why would you?
Has Mclagging already found all of his items in Mire? Or is he just going for it?
I don't think so. I think he found the big key in the first chest, and then he found the Tempered Sword in the bike room chest, and then this is not a bad play at all, because if Vitreous has the item, you're good to go. Else you can, risk leaving it, or you can just go ahead and go in until you do find an item, but that does keep you from having to full clear the dungeon.
Yeah.
With, just backtracking through kind of the annoying Wiz Road room where you have to kill everything.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people making this play now. He will have to be careful, though. He only has 2 hearts here.
Mm-hmm.
But he does have invincibility for quite some time.
And I don't think he's used... Yeah, there it is. He still has a blue potion, too, that he hasn't used yet. If things do go south, but I think he's pretty well set up.
Some slow motion dash strats here. And after he kills all these eyeballs, he'll probably still have enough invincibility just to sit there and round the eyeball up in a corner and slash at him for days. Be careful and don't let that run out before you're ready for it, because you might instantly die.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he moved back. He saw it coming.
This is so scary.
It is a very
awkward hop, and I think it might do 2 hearts of damage, even when you're
Yeah. You got it. He got it. We're good.
Does it just fine.
Everyone can breathe now.
It was just a key from Vitreous, so I think there is still 1 item dragging in Misery Mire. Jighart will grab his big key here. Yep, and he's going back in to check him.
Yeah. We've got quite a bit of hype for both these runners in the chat, and also hype for the seed. I'm loving this seed too.
Yep.
I'm liking it a lot.
And for the most part, it's just follow the breadcrumb trail into whatever respective dungeon. And I mean, because they had access to almost every single location in the overworld right at the very beginning, they didn't have to worry about, weird little corner places in the overworld, because they were able to efficiently route all that stuff in, and they did a really good job at doing it. It's always nice when you are able to check Dark World Village of Outcast before you even have a chance to go into the mini Moldorm Cave.
And Mclagging is still hunting down that item.
You almost think these runners are related, like, they're both brothers with how their routing goes. They do almost exactly the same things.
Maybe they've been practicing by exclusively racing each other.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
And did not expect that they would be facing off this early.
You could just spend the whole time, manipulating your opponent into thinking you do certain things, and then just completely throw them for a loop once it's, showtime.
And then do things like skip all of Ice Palace. When you still aren't even close to go mode.
I never go into Swamp Palace early. I'll do it in the race. Now we got slash strats instead of dash strats. Really hard sentence to say there.
Oh, and a cannoli for Mclagging.
Thank you.
You're welcome. that was for you specifically.
I appreciate it. There's the big eyeball going down. He'll get a small key. We'll see if he goes back into the dungeon.
Maybe it'll be his turn to take a gamble and not bother with the rest of the chest.
It would be really interesting just to go ahead and hop into Desert, just to see what you find. If you're like, maybe I do want to go back into Mire, but if Desert go ahead and pops you out the bow and the hook shot, well, you have no point to go back into Mire. But he goes back into Mire too. Oh, just misses the...
He just missed it, yeah.
He had like his big toe on the next tile and it fell right beneath him.
Small key, there's only this one chest left. He checked everything else.
Just your look.
And the hook shot!
Oh, baby!
We got it. We got it. Now, I wonder if... Because I've seen a lot of people go and check all of that stuff earlier. Although, where did we pick... We picked up Big Key early as well, so...
Wow.
I'm interested to see if Jighart will go do the time-consuming left side or just head right to the right side and grab his hook shot, which I think is about to happen.
This is a little bit of a mistake by Mclagging to, I think, not check out Desert, but maybe I'm wrong.
Oh, you know what? Earlier when I was talking about Desert, I didn't realize that it was a pendant, so I can understand the decision.
It's such a quick check. This will be really interesting.
It's quick to check, and if it has the bow, then that's go mode, isn't it? That's all we're waiting on. We have a bow mode seed.
Bow mode.
Bow mode.
I mean, yeah, Desert was a pendant. I mean, if the bow is in the front part of Swamp Palace, definitely going to work out in his favor. We just have the luxury of knowing it's not in the back half. Oh god, what if it's at Agana?
Oh yeah,
we're checking it.
If they could have had it the whole time, that would be hilarious. It would be amazing.
There's nothing though.
Oh no.
Bow's not going to be on the pedestal. There's a 0% chance this is a pedestal.
Oh, yeah.
Seed.
Yeah. That dream is dead. Since Eastern is one of the pendants, that cannot happen.
Yeah, he walked down the ledge, I think. So Jighart's going to go in the swamp. This will be an interesting equalizer by them.
Yeah.
Especially if Mclagging does opt to clear out the left side. I think that will really have them in sync right now with as far as the race goes. I think there's actually very few options that this doesn't end up finishing very close. I mean, there's very few little nuances or routing changes that they could reasonably make.
Yeah. But yeah, and it's like, again, we said earlier, anything can sort of shift around. Someone might have come in thinking that Jighart was in the lead. Someone might be looking now thinking Mclagging is in the lead, but it's been so close the whole time that, Mclagging took a couple of gambles and it seems to have helped put him a bit ahead, but it can switch back.
Yeah, really depends on if he checks left side swamp. Left side swamp, this race is completely tied as far as I'm concerned. He is not going
for it.
But if there's no bow in the front, does he go back? Trying to grab that pot there.
Yeah, it's not working for him, and then the
jellyfish wanted to come over and say hi. Anybody that didn't tune in for the whole race, though, Jighart's actually already been in the swamp and cleared out the left side without the hook shot, so he only has the fun part of swamp to clear.
And there is also the risk if Bo is, we've got powder and butter sword. We are set up for a very easy ride for the end of this game for these runners. A very smooth Ganon fight is incoming. I guess the other concern for Mclagging is that if he doesn't find the bow here, he still has quite a few places that he could be thinking it might be there.
He has those items in Ice Palace, and then he'll have left side swamp. Outside of that, that's it. I mean,
well, and Turtle Rock.
Well, they both have Turtle Rock.
They do. Although Jighart went a little bit further into it. I think that's the interesting thing with how this has been going is that Jighart has certainly been. He's been checking things very, very quickly this whole race, but then Mclagging has made some gambles that seem to be paying off. So it's an two interesting strategies happening that has them very close in this race.
I'd give Mclagging just a little bit of an edge on overworld routing. His overworld routing was really nice. It was really smooth. Yeah. He did everything almost as efficiently as he could. This will be the big tail if he decides to go back in, or if he's just like, whatever, I'm gonna go to desert.
Yeah. He did just get the big key from Argus, so...
I think if you're gonna go check the big key, though, you're gonna go check the other items. There was only one item. I think the other one was the cannoli, so... But that's still a huge commitment, because you gotta walk all the way over there, grab the key, walk back up, drain the water, do all that for a heart container or something.
Nice kill on Argus from Jighart.
That was fantastic.
And the mushroom from the big chest.
Then again, that mushroom leads to the bow. I'd be surprised if Jighart goes back into Swamp. I don't think he wants to make 3 trips in.
Yeah. But I'm sure he knows that there's an item chest, though.
Yeah, he might.
And we've been given... So that's 2, fetch quests from Swamp. I'm very interested to see if either of them has the bow. Either Magic Bat or the Witches.
That was actually very beneficial for Mclagging that Argus dropped the big key, because that basically took all the time from him walking from here to the big chest as a time lost, because now Jighart has to do it too.
Yeah.
But he's probably gonna go turn in that mushroom immediately.
Yeah.
And then he'll probably check Powder, and then it'll be the coin flip between Desert or Turtle Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'd imagine you'd probably do Desert.
I could see, Desert is very, very fast.
All right. Little good luck sword beams for bow.
Oh, another bottle. Vitor.
He does know he's dragging the mat. Look how close this race is. This is insane. We're literally like just a flute and 2 screen transitions away. That's the difference right now. And then, depending on whether or not Mclagging goes back to Ice Palace, that'll bridge the gap a little bit, but I see that being probably one of the last places he goes.
Where is Jighart heading at the moment? Purple chest?
Oh, the purple chest. I don't think he did actually.
Maybe he's mirroring in. He's like mirroring over here so that he can do.
He's gonna do purple.
He can do both at once. Yeah.
That was right. That was the one thing that kind of separated them a little bit, because Mclagging did the save and quit with the purple chest. A bit of a mirror bonk there.
Yeah. A mirror bonk. I like that. You're coming up with all the terms today.
Well, I learned that today too, maybe.
Oh, okay. I've never heard it before. You can just take credit for it. It's fine.
I didn't.
Oh, and they're both checking Magic Bat at the same time. Double go mode. No.
Jighart.
That would have been amazing if they both entered Go mode at exactly the same time.
So here we go again. Mclagging's overworld, routing is gonna save him just a couple seconds.
Double no mode.
Double... Oh man.
And I think
That's
Mclagging's going in the desert?
Yes.
Mhm.
I think Jighart will be right behind him. We'll see though. He could go to Turtle Rock. Desert it is. Oh man, this is so close.
This is really good.
This is really going to come down to execution.
When it gets to this point, I'm almost too hyped to speak. I apologize. I'm like dying to
I'm
know.
just staring at the screen like, is that the bow? Is that the bow? What's it gonna be?
Dying to see when it drops. Okay, so we've got big key is gonna drop a small key.
Yes. And there's only one item left in this horrendous dungeon, probably from Land Moles, because when you get big key into small key, you go check the chest on the other side, and all you get is compass and cannoli, which really rolls off the tongue.
Also, this race has been so awesome that we haven't even had a moment to say yet. Make sure you follow both of these runners. They are both putting on a great show here on this seed. Really fun race. Two great runners. Be sure to go give them a follow.
There's
Cannoli.
Will this be the compass? Ooh, alright, that's both items.
That's both, yeah. So
Well...
do we just have Turtle Rock left?
We just have Turtle Rock left for...
Oh, for Jighart. Mclagging might be thinking
Agana and Ice Palace. Trying to think what he would do in this situation. It's like, Ice Palace might not take me too long to go check those weird chests on the side, but
and Hookshot Cave, they weren't able to check Hookshot Cave. They were only able to check the one chest.
Wow, you make a really good point there.
Well, the chat made a really good point there. It wasn't me. I
know that they did, but I'm trying to give you credit. We just pretend to take credit for everything that they say. Like, we can play it off. People hear us, they don't hear them. We can sound really smart here, but no, that's fine.
No, I'm sorry, I ruined it.
It's okay. Everyone knows we're not smart by this point. Alright, so it's a race to Death Mountain now. Both doing the same things here.
I also have to go back to what I was saying earlier. I love, if it's Hookshot Cave, I love having to get Quake from the bomb chest in Hookshot Cave to then go into Turtle Rock to get the flute, to go into Mire to get the hookshot, to then go back to Hookshot Cave to get the bow. I mean, you can't ask for better.
Double dip in Hookshot Cave, come on.
You can't ask for better routing than that. Or a better seed layout than that. But I guess we'll find out. And if it's not, if the bow is in Turtle Rock, then that's a forced double dip into T-Rock, which is also... Oh my god, the book. No. The book is not what you want to see at all. I wouldn't be surprised if we get an Ether tablet check before jumping back into Turtle Rock.
Hard. Every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ether is not a bad play here. Doesn't take that long. You still keep, your Dark World access. Who knows? Maybe when you walk by Ganon's tower, there'd be a glitch in the game. It just somehow lets you in. I mean, there's things that could happen. Who knows? Let's see what's in Ether here, though. Oh man, God, what if it's in Bombos? Just get real with that.
He's gonna go.
Is he gonna go to Bombos?
He's gonna check the Bombos tablet first.
Oh my. Now we get to see what Mclagging's going to do. Oh, he's like, oh, Turtle Rock! Or, oh, he's going into Turtle Rock. Oh my.
This is pretty wild.
At this point, if you're either of these runners, you're not thinking, wow, going that direction was what changed the run.
Yeah.
You don't think this at 135 minutes in. And by that, I mean an hour and 35 minutes.
I was gonna say, we know what you meant.
It's a really long race. I read left to right. Excuse me. All right,
this could be huge. This could be huge. Oh, Pizza Hut.
So he's got to go back up the mountain, giving Mclagging the edge.
I mean, yeah, and I was gonna say Jighart did a little bit more of Turtle Rock than Mclagging, but Mclagging is now all caught up on Turtle Rock.
He just did those 2 chests, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it has to be here. There's nowhere else it could be. I'm sure Chad will find something we forgot about and prove us wrong, but we'll take credit for it.
I'm thinking Turtle Rock, Mimic Cave. I mean, that's all we have is stuff blocked by this dungeon.
Chest is the bow gonna be in? It's not gonna be in the chain chomp chest. That's not possible. This has to be
it has to be a key, yeah. Oh, and I guess Jighart would have known that earlier when we were talking about him leaving Turtle Rock without checking it. Of course, it's a key, so...
Yeah. And that means we have a vanilla big key also. So we at least know we will be in suspense all the way up to Mimic Cave.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry to spoil the seed for anybody.
We're looking, yeah, if anyone's just joining, we're looking for the bow, and we're down to the only last few places it can even be.
Yeah.
Which is Turtle Rock and Mimic Cave. Oh, that...
Come here, you Pokey. Alright, got bunnied.
The Pokey was trolling him. The bunny beam actually followed him all the way across the room with...
Very fierce bunny beam. I imagine right now Jighart's probably thinking, man, why didn't I just come in here a little bit further?
Yeah.
I knew it was here. And then Mclagging's thinking, please don't be an ice palace.
Yeah.
Having rough luck with the Pokies.
Yeah, they are trolling him today. No, we see the Luigi Bunny sprite.
Wow, that's awesome! Did you see that? He was a little, that was really cool.
Oh, Mclagging is not checking Mimic Cave.
What if
That's
he's gonna check
interesting.
Big check.
Oh,
Okay.
no, he's doing it. He's doing it.
That almost
Just
gave me
thought of
anxiety.
it.
Real bad right there. Please don't do it. Is this gonna be our bow?
Oh, it is!
Mimic Cave. Wow.
We have bow mode. Get your go mode hype in the chat. Oh my goodness. So they could have had it earlier. The double dip Turtle Rock wasn't necessary. I was about to say necessarily necessary, but that is redundant. But getting that flute early, it made perfect sense to dip out.
Jighart's only, man, like, what? 20, 30 seconds behind.
Yeah, it's not a big difference right now.
We saw from one of the last races that execution can make up that time.
And go mode for Jighart, so if you want to throw out some more go mode or bow mode hype.
Bow mode. Try my best to memorize a timestamp here when they enter pod so I can see what our difference is. We got 140.08.
Yeah, 140.08 going into pod for Mclagging.
Make sure you remember to get your small key. You're gonna need that to get to the dungeon also.
Little bonk there, and so like 140.40 for Jighart going in.
Around 30 seconds.
Yeah.
There's a lot that can change in 30 seconds from here to Ganon.
Absolutely. And with the way we've been seeing both of these players play, I wouldn't be surprised if we see totally different routes through Ganon's tower that make a difference. You know, anything could happen. I have been surprised by a lot of the plays, and they've been great.
Oh, and the big key was over here. I was about to say, why is he checking this chest? Oh, right, because
the big key was
smarter than me.
You're the one who noted earlier that the big key was bow locked.
Yeah, but I forget.
It's been a while since that happened.
It has been a little while since they've been in the pod. Yeah, who thinks? It's like, alright, I have mitts, hammer, moon pearl, mirror, all this. Oh, by the way, you're gonna have to get your bow from Mimic Cave.
Mimic Cave.
Turtle Rock. Like, excuse me, what are you talking about? The seed went from free to horrible so fast.
Yeah.
I guess Turtle Rock 2 is the only pendant you actually had to go into, which pretty unfortunate considering, you know, Eastern and Desert. Those are the ones you don't mind going into, but, you know, of course. Good old logic.
Yeah.
Mclagging entering in his Hummelsaur fight. Whereas Jighart's killing his turtles here. It's so obnoxious to kill a sword beam.
Yeah, those sword beams are the worst when they get in the way of that. Very nice kill.
Made quick work of it. Butter Sword really helps out with that.
Oh yeah.
2 slashes and he's done.
Jighart getting trolled a little bit, but he's still in a good spot. And that is the last crystal for Mclagging, meaning he is on his way to Ganon's tower, and so it's time to get your big key guesses in. There are 22 item locations in Ganon's tower, so we're looking for a number between 1 and 22 as to where you think Mclagging will find the big key. Or at this rate, either one of them will find the big key. Who knows, we'll find it first. Do you have a big key guess, Ak?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and guess the top right chest and right side.
Oh, so specific.
I'm not a numbers guy, if you haven't tell by how I track time.
I usually guess either Bob's chest or the bonk torch, but on this seed, I'm gonna go I'm gonna say tile room.
Tile room?
Yeah.
You're evil man. I like it.
It's been that kind of a seed. It's been a tile room seed, okay? That's what it feels like.
You're talking about them taking different routes in Ganon's Tower. I mean, they're taking different routes just to get to... No, they're not.
Oh, no.
I thought he was about to go
Yeah.
Light World and then use the Turtle Rock portal. I have no idea which way's faster.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Is one of them decidedly faster than the other? I mean, with the Light World path, you've got a lot of dead rocks in your way, but assuming you don't get trolled by them, it might be a little faster.
I feel like the Light World way would be a little bit faster had you already opened up that portal on Turtle Rock.
Yeah.
But I should never be quoted on strategy or anything I say, to be considered fact.
So clip everything Ak has said.
Please, don't do it. Unless you're making a YouTube video of what not to do. So, Mclagging is entered in at 1:45:45. That's 145 minutes and 45 minutes.
Okay, and we've got the first 2 chests coming up.
There's a small key.
And a red rupee, and looks like he's going to go for the right side.
Looks like Jighart is around 25 seconds behind. This is beyond close. 25 seconds is literally an extra Landmola cycle, an extra Aga2 cycle. I mean,
Yeah.
this is anyone's race. Ooh, I almost thought he went to mirror there. I got really excited. He's not checking Tower Room, which is your guess. Those
Yep.
gambles will not be made today.
Nope.
Here's my guess. Going right to it. And the compass.
Oh, compass. Not what we're looking for so far. So that would have been 6 locations. He's going to grab his small key and then head left side.
Yep. Some players like to continue on the Armos Knights. Really interesting route, but kind of time consuming. But I mean, if it's behind Armos, you definitely save some time if it's an Armos or Bob's chest. They are one room apart. It's so close. You've been counting the chest?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. I think we're on 8. That should, or 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This will be 11 with the riot shield.
Hey, they can go check Laser Bridge now.
I don't think the big key is there. just gonna put that out there.
Oh, no, it'd be a bad idea to do that then. All right.
We've got 12 with just a red rupee.
Makes me wonder if any of them have any idea how close this is.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think anything past when you have to do almost everything in the game, it doesn't matter how well you do it, you feel behind. For the most part, neither of these runners have made any major mistakes at all this entire run, which is very impressive.
Yeah, I mean, and it shows in just the situation we have here now where they're both so close. We are still not finding our big key. There's a cannoli, though.
I got the cannoli. All right. Official go mode. Wow. think we're 4 chests away from your dream coming true.
Yep, the tile room dream, live. It's alive and well. I mean, I don't wish the tile room upon them. I just feel like that's where this is going.
You can't take it back now. We all heard you say it the first time. I'll try and be the nice guy at the end.
You know what? Not Bob's either. So we've got 3 left before it's a tile room check.
25% chance of tile room. And rip Bob. Poor guy. And ice arm goes down. At the same time, Jighart pops in, just on each other's footsteps.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
What?
Bosley. Get out right now. You're the worst. You did this.
It is the tile room. If you said the tile room or 22, you got it right. You're the winner of the big key guess.
The freest of seeds, and it gives you Bow and Mimic Cave to tile room. Oh.
Honestly, after
we all should have
after Quake required in the bonk chest in Hookshot Cave for blocking the hookshot. Quake to go independent Turtle Rock to get the flute to go to get the hookshot from Meyer. I mean, I just had a feeling. Tile room, it just made sense.
Is it weird to say we're at like a 10 tile difference right now? This race is literally separated by a handful of tiles.
Yeah.
And there's our big key in the very last possible chest they check.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very healthy seed. I'd imagine that's probably always going to be the case when you check every chest in the game, though.
I was going to say, they had to check a lot of stuff, and, you know, kudos to them for checking so much so quickly and having this kind of time on their runs. So they checked a lot. They had to go through a lot of checks.
Mclagging wrapped up his Mimic Cave room. Mimic room? Well, whatever. I'm trying to watch the race, guys. Stop making me commentate. This is too exciting. But execution in this gauntlet.
It's going to be key.
Time can be made or lost. You can have one of those skeletons or blue guys just go on the merry-go-round the whole time, running away from you. Oh, it's so annoying.
Thank you for the clip, Ice. I would say I was sorry, but I'd be lying.
I'm not gonna look at it.
All I see is commentators curse tile room, so you know.
Oh, well, yep, that one's on you. Ooh, B-Strats here, getting that skeleton.
Yep. I like that. It follows into the next room.
Wow, this B is MVP right now.
Yeah. Granted, that was the horse heads were nice there, so even without the B, Jighart was set up pretty well.
You're gonna want to have a good Lammola here. You don't want to give up any time. Oh, he just missed that one arrow. I don't think that he saw if the second arrow went through, so he shot another one, so he had to wait.
We could be seeing the difference here. Oh.
Wow. Perfect cycle from Jighart.
Yeah. And now they're even closer.
This is literally a 3-second race now. You're looking at 1 cycle extra on everything is going to change who's winning the race. It could be an extra like this Wizrobe Jighart didn't get his either.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh man. It's all gonna come down to Agatu.
I mean, it's going to come down to every bit of execution here. I mean,
So let's say he had a little bit of a faster flame bar until he fell there. Grabbing the magic here. Didn't need that magic. He had enough, more than enough to light these torches. But again, you're not thinking to yourself, wow, this race is going to be decided whether I pick up that pot or not. Unfortunately, it is right now. You don't know this, but this is way too close. Oh, well, he can skip the next magic, but...
And we'll see if Trolldorm decides to have a say in how this is going.
He makes
Looks
quick
like
work of
no.
him. Yeah, it was just a little sloppy there at the end, so Mclagging did make up.
He took a swing at the validation just to taunt us.
That's the second loss right there. He shouldn't have done it.
His run was not validated.
Will he open the chest?
He did the same thing!
Oh, they're related? Was this plans? Okay,
They like talked.
same route.
They like talked before, and they were like, "How are we gonna make this a good show?" we're gonna throw out these little hints that.
I really doubt they both planned to do that. That's really funny. I hope they rewatch that. Ooh, almost got a triple there.
Almost. Still a pretty nice fight coming out of Mclagging on Ganon. And he's off to Ganon.
Ooh, he missed.
Oh, and
all of
unfortunately,
them there.
Jighart is missing it. Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, this second fight too is fortunately not going his way right now. Still think he needs 2 more hits. Yeah, 1 more and we'll get him working on his Ganon fight, whereas Mclagging has now entered his Ganon fight.
Yeah.
The race is his to lose.
And it's still close enough that it's, you know,
Oh, I mean, you're talking
a mistake
a
away,
fall,
a fall, a death.
Yeah.
But he's doing very well here. He's already into the teleporting phase.
Missing a couple silver arrows too could almost be enough time also. It's still really close. It looked to be around 30 seconds.
Did you find the arrows in Dark Palace? Nice setup from Mclagging on Ganon there.
Yeah, ooh, that was almost 3. And very good of him not to move forward. That's GG.
That is GG for Mclagging. Get some GGs in the chat. And he has finished with an official SRL time. Now we're 58 minutes and 42 seconds.
I have to add, that was really nice. That double he got, if he would have just accidentally moved forward, he would have gotten hit by Ganon and most likely fell. Like, that was so close. I would have been really nervous.
We can throw out some GGs for Jighart now, too. Who has finished with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 59 minutes, and 18 seconds. Math is... After a race like that, I can't math, but it's a very small difference.
I'll say 36 minutes different from 159 minutes, 36 seconds.
There we go.
Well, from their timers, I don't actually have the official times.
I think the SRL times are a little bit further apart, but around exactly the same. So you're seeing how close it was. We're likely going to have them coming in for some interviews, I think. I don't know if we have to get on to something else right away.
Check the schedule.
But be sure to follow both of these runners. Amazing runs from both of them. It was so close. What an awesome race. We do have... there's a Link's Awakening race coming up in just about 14 minutes on this channel. And there's going to be more Link to the Past Randomizer on Speed Gaming 1 at 6 p.m.
Do you see that matchup, by the way? If you guys are not going to watch this race, you've lost your mind. We have Christos Owen going against Zero Rush. The runner-up against another fantastic runner. This matchup, in my opinion, one of those tight matches that were drawn in the main tournament. You guys have to check it out. It's at 6 o'clock on Speed Gaming. Just Speed Gaming.
Yeah, just Speed Gaming. I always call it Speed Gaming 1 because the rest of them are numbers, but it's just Speed Gaming. There's also a race at the same time happening on Speed Gaming 3. And I'm sure a lot going on in the secondary tournament on Randomizer Mania channels. I think some are even going on right now. So if you haven't followed Speed Gaming's 1 through 4, Randomizer Mania 1 through 4, ton of randomizer races happening. And be sure to check out the Link to the Past tournament schedule to see all of the information on that.
Again, shout out to both the runners. Make sure you throw everyone a follow. The support keeps us playing and keeps us trying to give these awesome matches for you guys. We love it.
I'm just figuring out here if we're going to be heading off.